Welcome to the Haugesund team guide, a side that did really well last year, and they're often underrated and under the radar there, and got some good players to look at in fantasy a bit later. But last season 7th, they also had a really good run in the Europa League qualifying that pushed PSV Eindhoven really close. Got key rivalries on the west coast there, the local geographical ones with Viking and Brann, and their stadium about 9,000. And it can be exposed to the elements, so bear that in mind as the winter, going towards the winter months, can get very windy. It's like a funnel in that sort of area, and I've known some really blustery days. The manager, Jostein Grindhaug, solid sort of guy, took over at the start of last season for his second stint at the club, and he's kind of no nonsense really, gets the job done. And like I say, Haugesund are the sort of side who, get the under the radar and solid. Let's have a look whereabouts Haugesund is then. It's on the west coast of Norway. They're close to Bergen, close to Stavanger, and there we go, Haugesund Stadium. It's an old sort of rustic one, and nothing fancy about it. A bit like the club really, a bit like a lot of the players here. But I definitely think you should consider some Haugesund players in fantasy because they've got a good fixture list at the start. Brann home is not the ideal opening fixture, I must say. That will be kind of tight, but maybe you could get some points from the defenders there. But I think there's a lot of soft-looking games. Sandefjord start especially. Kristiansund at home. Even Odd away might not be that hard, and Bodø Glimt away, maybe there'll be chances for the sort of more attack-minded players to score. But big strength of Haugesund is the defence. You could look at the goalkeeper, Sandvik, at a 5.5 million option. Because I think there will be clean sheets here. They've got a strong-looking back line. Desler, Sturlas, Tiedemann Hansen, Knudsen and Karamoko, they'll all be strong options on the back four. Sturlas is a big input. I mean, 7.5 million, you might think that is really excessive for a Haugesund player, but he takes all the free kicks, all the set pieces. He has an incredible long throw on him, and he gets tons of bonus points, Alexander Sturlas. But he's a bit, at the minute, he's an injury doubt. But keep your eye on his fitness, because if he starts games regularly, then he'll rack up the points and he'll be essential for your team. But you could pick either one of these defenders as well. Desler at right back, Tiedemann at Hansen maybe at centre back, because there will be clean sheets for Haugesund. Up front, Ibrahim Avaji's back in mid-July after a drugs doping ban. And he'll be one to watch going forward. He might justify that price tag as he starts to get back into the swing of things. Until then, Benjamin Kalman is a very good option at 7 million. He's going to lead that attacking line, and I could see him getting a few goals against some of these poorer teams. So Kalman's definitely one to consider. Midfield itself, I don't think really there's anyone you want to be looking at apart from perhaps Sandberg on the right-hand side. Krygård could pick up minutes, but there's going to be some rotation probably out wide. So Sandberg at 7.5 million is not the worst option, but definitely a team that you should not underestimate. The 4-1 sort of system is no nonsense, gets the job done. They've got a good balance between defence and attack, and I think across the board there's got players who are undervalued and underpriced, and who can do a job for you in fantasy football. But Alexander Sturlas, definitely watch him. He may become essential for you. And I think Kalman is not the worst striker to pick in the early stages of the season, because there won't be much competition for his spot. But Vaji, when he comes back mid-July, then he gets a bit more complicated. But Haugesund, very good side, underrated side, and use plenty of weapons you can use from this team. That's for sure. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's all we've got time for in this particular edition. But as always, appreciate any likes and subscribes on the YouTube channel here, and leave any comments as well. It would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, until the next team preview, it's going to be goodbye.